album Hustlers Convention by the artist Lightning Rod. And you may, when you say Lightning Rod, who is that? Lightning Rod was actually the pseudonym of Jalal Nuruddin, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, who was one of the members of
The Last Poets.
and so he did this album as the alter ego or under the pseudonym like Lightning Rod. And this particular album is is basically almost like a precursor to rap. It's rap slash poetry album set to music. And the cool thing about it is Kool and the Gang were the group that did the background music all throughout. And it's almost like clocking in at only about 32 minutes or so. It's like listening to a Blaxploitation movie because it tells the exploits of two fictional hustlers, Sport and Spoon, and it just goes through like a scenario in a gambling house and just kind of Spoon getting out of jail, Sport taking care of it. It's just it's a real cool listen, man. And the thing about a lot of people sample this one. Oh, going back to Kool and the Gang doing the music, it's funny because I was reading a story about it. Is I guess Lightning Rod was recording this in a studio, and the studio he was recording it in, Kool and the Gang was doing a session upstairs. They were recording in a different room or a different part of the studio upstairs, and he just went up and said, "Hey, man, I need some backing music for this, and I want you guys to do it." And they came down and just kind of jammed out on it, which I thought was pretty cool. But it's a classic album, and again, there is a lot of samples out of this one. People like the Wu-Tang Clan, Beastie Boys, the DLC, LL Cool J, MC Light, Pete Rock. They've sampled stuff. Then a lot of, as much as the music in this has been sampled, probably the vocals have been sampled just as much, if not more. This is kind of like probably the song where the drums from this one, this is Sport. The drums from this one you may recognize from a lot of samples. Right here is about to kick in. Oops. Right there. So it's been a lot of hip hop songs that have sampled that. You may recognize it or not. But again, more than anything, or if not as much as the music, the lyrics, because again, it's like rap poetry as Lightning Rod tells the story. And I can't play or I won't play the lyrics directly, the copyright thing. But the one of my favorite pieces that you may recognize this when I read it and say it. You may know where this one is from, but in one of the cuts, I think, I forget which cut it is, but he talks, it's about all the players showing up to the gambling house, and the lyric goes, and you could feel all the tension building up at the convention as the hustlers began to arrive. It must have been 9,000 or more that came through the door. The time was 11:55. If anybody knows 1988's Let the Hustlers Play by Steady B, that was a direct sample from there. So, and again, if you pick this one up, if you could find it, one of the things that's cool is in it, the excuse me, it like for each song, it actually has all the lyrics, so you can kind of read along with Sport as he tells the story. And so I think that just makes this a collector's item in and of itself.